All right, man. We got it going. We a little late, you know what I'm saying? But
We black.
CPT time,
You know how
2024
it
didn't
go.
change nothing.
Y'all should
So
already know.
we should already know. So we already gonna introduce y'all. Obviously, I'm G underscore focus. As you can see, for some reason, Steph still be spelling it focus instead of focus, but it's all good.
You know what? That's because I have you saved in my phone as focus. So
Hey, focus, focus. It's all good. 2024, we gonna focus, but I am G underscore focus, and we got Steph.net on the mic.
what's
So,
good?
obviously, holidays and whatever, so we didn't get a chance to do the last kind of couple episodes, so we wanted to tap in with y'all, and we wanted to start doing more live shows. So we figured that
Yeah.
this will be a good way of doing it. It's a little bit of a test, so we don't got all the wrinkles and all the things figured out yet, but we wanted to just tap in with y'all. For one, thank y'all for rocking with us for 2023. We reached 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
We had 22,000 in the Reverb Nation. What up, Reverb Nation? We reached 10,000 audio downloads. We reached something like 40,000 watch hours or something on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. A lot of different milestones. So we want to thank y'all. If I had the applause button right now, I would hit it, but we ain't got it. So we gonna go ahead and just go ahead and do the air applause, man. Cause y'all been rocking
Do
with us, man.
a
Y'all
real
been rocking
clap.
with us.
Oh wait, hold up.
I'm gonna get my soundboard up though. Trust me, I'm gonna get the soundboard up. But man, yeah, Steph, I ain't even tapped in with you, man. How was your New Year's?
My new year was lit, right here at the house, was sleep by about 1:30. And that literally was only because Tyson worked. So, I wanted to stay up till he made it in safely and all of that. But other than that, I was right here at the house. What about you?
Yep. No, I'm old, man. About 12:30, man. I was in the bed.
Not 12:30.
I was in the bed about 12:30, man. So, okay, what's up? I don't know who it is. All it says is Facebook user, so we gonna have to get used to this. But whoever that is on the Facebook, man, what's up? I was in the bed by 12:30, man. I don't be
I
playing.
mean, at least you made it to the ball drop, you know?
I did make it to the ball drop. There was one year that Mariah Carey got caught lip syncing, and after that, I was like, I'm cool. I'm going to bed.
Uh-uh. I didn't
I'm
watch
going to
none
bed.
of that. I'm not even lying. I didn't watch none of that. I was right on YouTube watching the watch night service. I was like, I'm gonna keep it cute this year.
So for this year, for those that have been following us, Reverb Experiment Podcast, if y'all have noticed, the last year or two, we haven't really had too many guests. COVID. Some of y'all know, obviously, that my son was diagnosed with cancer, so trying to keep the safe space. But this year going forward, we are going to have more guests. We are going to be more community involved. We already, have some goals and things that we want to hit. But we definitely want to make sure that we are um, more in tune and involved with the community. There was an interview that I saw today um, that was just talking about the integrity of journalism.
Mm,
And even though it is a podcast, even though we on social media, I want to make sure that we, as far as our platform, that we pride ourselves on integrity, and we pride ourselves on making sure that that we tap in with the people, because we are a podcast that is for the people. So for those that are
absolutely.
interested and wanting to be on, that have people that are doing good work in the community, that are helping out our people in ways that maybe we do not get a chance to see on an everyday basis, hit us up, man. Hit us up. Hit us up.
Definitely. We ready. Everybody be saying, "Oh, I want to come on the pod. I want to come on the pod." And then when it be time, it be crickets. When we get on the live, it be crickets. I'm like, I thought y'all want to be a part of the conversation. What's up?
Mhm.
Like, stop playing.
Especially when it's smoke. When it's smoke, I don't. It'll be quiet. It'll be dead silent. It'll be cemetery silence. I don't be hearing nobody. But people be in the comments, be trying to act all bold in the comments. But hey, we can start having smoke shows too. I'm all for the smoke too. So
I'm with it.
speaking of smoke, man, what's the
Woo,
topics?
man, if we're gonna talk about smoke, Cat Williams off the rip. I
Mm,
don't know if
mm,
everybody's
mm,
seen
mm.
it or not, but Cat Williams did a podcast with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay, and he went in on everybody. I mean, he literally just aired it out. And the thing about it was, is they were sipping. So you already know it's almost like a Drink Champs episode. You know, as he kept drinking, it just kept getting realer.
Well, what was interesting was Katt was coming off the rip,
Yeah, out the
and
gate.
then Shannon was like, "We may have to stop drinking because you do it." He said I only had a little sip.
He was like, "This is the real me." But I mean,
Hmm.
as time went on, it just got worse and worse. But it was a lot of allegations. You know, he talked about Ricky Smiley. He
Hmm.
talked about Cedric the Entertainer. He really went in on Steve Harvey
Hmm.
heavily. He went in on a lot of people. But I feel like the most inflammatory was him talking about Steve Harvey and how he hated on Bernie and
Hmm.
basically, we know what Steve's platform is now as
Hmm.
far as like always being motivating and all of that kind of stuff, but word on the street is he an undercover hater.
Hmm. Yeah, I think
And
I think that's common knowledge. I think most people know that Steve was hating on her. Well, Steve was hating on Bernie.
absolutely. And
Hmm.
that's the thing. That was already a rumor that was already out there that him and Bernie was on the
Hmm.
outs because that's why they all couldn't come together before because everybody wanted the Kings of Comedy to come back together and
Hmm.
do a reunion or whatever, and they were funking. That's why we never
Hmm.
got another one. And then when Bernie died, he got up there doing all that crying at the funeral. You know how it go. You treat people bad, then once they gone, you can't, mend that bridge.
Hmm.
But we know the real.
Hmm.
We know
So
the
do you
real.
do you think that the allegations that Kat said were true?
You know what? I feel like the Steve Harvey part was true, and I feel like there is a lot of truth to what Katt was saying.
Hmm.
Now, when he got on there and said that he wasn't never on no drugs, I feel like what was his quote? He said, "I don't know why liars lie. I don't know why he would lie about that." Katt, we was there.
Kat,
We
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 saw
was
you
there,
tussling with the eighth grader, bro.
and got beat up
You was in a
at
headlock.
Target.
There's a whole meme of you in a headlock by an eighth grader. You was in the projects in Atlanta doing God knows what. We
I
know what
went to go
you.
see him live in Oakland, and literally there was no show. He came out there. I think he was like late. So when he got out there, he was getting heckled, and he literally just started roasting the people in the front rows, and was just like going in. And they just like they basically like we got a refund. Like there was no show because he was just and Too Short came out and was like, "Look, my man got a hold of some of that good shit." That good Oakland shit, and that's gonna be the show, y'all. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, bro. He like you slapped a Target cashier in Woodland. What were you
We
doing in
saw
Woodland?
it. That's
What
right
were you?
here.
I didn't even know there was a Target in Woodland. Like, what are you doing in Woodland? And you said that you ain't been on no drugs. Come on, dog. Cat man. No,
Like,
man. We've seen the mugshots with your head with your whole head face shaved and you looking glossed over like nah. But I will say this though. I will say this. He really don't have nothing to lose.
he don't.
So I think a lot of what he did say is true.
Absolutely.
I think that Ricky Smiley
Absolutely.
story, I think some of that
True.
is true. Now that Cedric the Entertainer stealing the joke,
I
I
have not
I
I
don't.
have yet to see the joke, him telling the joke to compare.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. If Cedric the Entertainer, because what he said was he stole the joke from Comic View, and he said that there was a commercial from Comic View with him telling the joke. So to me, internet always keeps receipts. It is very easy for you to go verify that. All somebody needs to go do is dig up the Comic View episode with you saying
Somebody
it
gonna
or
do.
the commercial, and then
Mhm.
showing the clip with Cedric the Entertainer saying it, and then there you go. It's really not that hard.
But
See,
Cedric,
but Cedric said that he had been telling that joke 6, 7 years
yeah,
prior to that,
that's
and
what he
he
said.
said, and my thing it is, why are you bringing up something from 1999, bro? Comic View, that was when I was in middle school.
But I think too, like, I don't know, like said he one of my favorites, but I feel like sometimes when people get to throwing out their resume and this and that, I feel
Mhm.
like just say you ain't stole the joke. Like, what's all this extra?
Well, I see, but at the same time, there may be some truth to that though, because a lot of those bigger comedians do be stealing jokes. Just
Absolutely.
you ain't gonna hear the smaller comedian say nothing because who's
Hmm.
gonna believe the smaller comedian over Cedric the Entertainer?
I mean, we see
Nobody.
that now with Justin LA Boy. All he do his whole page
Hmm.
is stealing other people tweets and shit and making it into
Hmm.
memes. Like bigger, we see it with bigger creators in just the content creation realm of people stealing stuff from smaller creators or ideas from smaller creators, and
Hmm.
they do it all the time. So especially back then when there wasn't necessarily receipts like that, not like today,
Not
I
like
could
today.
definitely see them doing that.
Oh, but Twitter gonna pick if it's to be found, Twitter will find it.
I ain't seen it yet. I ain't gonna say it's a lie,
Somebody would have already
but
posted it. Somebody would have already posted it.
yeah, because
Somebody
they
would have
be
already
finding
posted it.
receipts quick, very
Yeah,
quick.
I just and to be honest with you, I feel like I feel like what Kat did was kind of nasty. I don't like we haven't heard from you and God knows what. And the one time that you get on somebody's platform, and I understand that he went on there to address a lie, but
Hmm.
that I don't know. I just wanted to hear different from Kat. Like I wanted to hear about projects, things that are coming up, things that you're going to be doing. The other thing that I will say, I got to give Shannon props. I don't know how he conducted that interview. That was a tough interview to conduct as a creator to get railroad like that. Like I'm sure
Hmm.
he was not expecting that.
No.
So to still be able to get good content out of that, like, and he was neutral and he didn't like push back on him and he let him speak and he let him say his piece. So I got to give Shannon, you know what I mean? Shannon's not really a podcaster. I know he's been in
Ah,
media, he's been in media, no, he's been in media for a while. But what I'm saying is one-on-one interviews like that, he hasn't necessarily been
that's
in that
true.
realm. So I think that was a good, I have to give him props for how he conducted that interview.
But like I feel like
That's
the
all.
platforms he has been on, with Skip and stuff like that, that back and forth, I feel like he's used to that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why he was able to keep his
See, but that's
poise. But
script,
I think
but those are scripted. Well, some of it's
for the
unscripted,
most
but
for
you
the
kind of
most
know what
part,
you about to talk about. Like you already prepared. You got notes and stuff.
yeah. But I think when I was watching, I was like, look, if we talk about podcast of the year, Club Shay Shay got to be in the conversation show.
Club Shay Shay absolutely has to be in the
Club Shay
conversation
Shay
for sure,
is
for
giving, and then
sure.
the Uncle Ocho. I'm like,
The nightcap, Uncle Ocho
the
got to
nightcap
be put
Uncle.
in the
I'm
conversation.
like, Shannon
Hmm.
Sharp winning. This is season.
Hmm.
It's given 2024 is
No,
his
man,
year. But
Shannon definitely used Undisputed as a stepping stone to get to where he's
mhm.
getting to, and I'm definitely glad that um he's able to capitalize off of the shine that he got off of the show. So happy to see Unk doing well.
Absolutely, he killing it. Cat, I didn't see the whole entire interview,
It
but I
was
don't know
too
if he said
long.
he got any projects coming up. But he used his moment to air everybody out, pretty much.
And you know what? Sometimes you got to air people out.
I feel like
I just don't
he
know. I just don't know if this was the time or the place to do it
it seemed like he been wanting to get all that off his chest
for a while.
for years.
For a while. And the see, but the thing I don't like about it is when people do it like that. What people are going to say is you're doing it because you're not doing well,
Right. It's
right?
gonna
You're
just
doing it
be,
on the
oh, you clout
downside of
chasing.
your,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, the cat ain't really been a clout chaser, but it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right place, and it's gonna fall on deaf ears. There'll be a funny moment. Started off 2024, people were laughing, and then it's gonna go away. So, and now and I mean, you made more enemies than you made friends, and I know he's gonna say he don't care, and he's gonna say, see, but the other thing I don't like is when people do that, and then they say, oh, well, I'm not Hollywood, and I don't need no work anyway. It's like, but you weren't getting work, so you really had nothing to lose. Like you didn't lose anything. If anything, you
Do you
gained more
believe he
viewers.
was supposed to be the new king of comedy? He was supposed to replace Bernie Mac after he left?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think anybody would tell you what was that one, Pimp Chronicles.
Yep.
Right at that
Yep.
point,
Mm-hmm.
he had he if he would have stayed together because he had what he was so was it Soul Plane?
I think he was. Yeah, he was in Soul Plane.
and then it was like Friday after. Maybe I get my timelines wrong.
Friday After Next was before Pimp Chronicles, I believe.
No, I know, but I'm saying he had a ramp
Succession, yeah.
that was leading up, and then the Pimp Chronicles was what kind of put him on the not put him on the map, but gave him more. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
gave him a little bit of extra
It let people
momentum,
know that he was a stand-up comedian because he was
and that.
already
Yep.
like once he got that role, like we knew him as Money Mike, but Pimp Chronicles let us know like, oh, this Katt Williams, he is a stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a classic to this day. So, I know
He
a
just
lot of
didn't. He just didn't
people.
take advantage.
You
He
got
didn't
to
take
think
advantage.
like this generation, or the target audience of this generation is not us. We know Katt Williams. I feel like this next generation behind us, all they know of Katt Williams is all the crack moves and the you know what I mean? Like they don't really
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times I feel like this new generation be like, who is this? And you know what I mean? The way that they approach people that it's like, how y'all don't know who this is? They was young,
When did
you
when did
know?
Pimp Chronicles come out? Let me
They
look it
they
up.
was they was definitely too young. I guarantee you.
Damn, that was 2006.
Again, they was too young. We was in high school or coming out of high school. So
I was 20. Yeah, like that seems
that's what I'm
like
saying. The target audience now is
yeah.
they're on Twitter saying who is Katt Williams.
Who was Katt Williams? Yeah,
The truth.
or only know him from Friday After Next or whatever. Yeah,
Because it's a
yeah,
classic.
because
But
it's a classic. It is a classic. Yeah, and
I
then I
don't
didn't
know.
get that part. Did you get that part where he was saying that he didn't want to, and I don't want to say it on YouTube, but the R word that he didn't want to play that role if he was going to be R'd.
Oh,
Right?
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Oh, you
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Friday After Next?
Friday After Next rhymes with cake,
Okay.
but yeah, I can't. I don't want to say because I want us
So
to
he
get
said he didn't want to
demonetized.
play that role. I mean, but he
No,
did though.
remember, because he said Ricky Smiley wanted to play it, and he said he was okay with playing it because of that. But then when he got the script or whatever, he said that he would play it if that does not happen because it's not funny. But I was like, but wasn't the scene still in the movie?
It was.
So was it supposed to go further than that?
Well, what? Yeah, I guess it was supposed to go further than that. Maybe I don't know, but
That's kind of weird. That's odd. Well, if they did change it, I'm glad they did because I would
yeah,
that would have definitely. Anyway,
that it wouldn't
speaking,
have been.
it wouldn't have been funny. No, no, no.
No.
Okay, speaking of movies, speaking of actors,
Oh, we talk about Taraji. Man,
Taraji and yeah.
that's the big question. Taraji P. Henson, she came out and talked about the pay disparity and how she was thinking about quitting acting because um basically they don't get paid. Black actors and actresses don't get paid.
Hmm.
And we already know we had this conversation back when Monique was trying to get her Netflix special and they wasn't trying to pay her what she felt like she should be paid, and everybody kind of was not on Monique's side. So my question is, do we owe Monique an apology? Because I feel like with Taraji, everybody is on board. I think Fantasia also spoke out and said the same thing. Everybody's like all on board and supportive of what they saying. So do we owe Monique an apology?
Mm. I want to see what the chat says. Chat, what y'all think? Do we owe Monique an apology?
All I
I
see is
want to see
fake
if we going.
Facebook user.
Um, I'm trying to remember all what happened. Um,
Somebody says sure. Sharonda says sure. Why not?
I'm gonna say I don't think anybody. You know what? No, people did disagree. People did disagree because I think at the time. Okay, so let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. I think Monique had a legitimate gripe because they were asking her to promote a movie without paying her. Precious, right? That's where all
No,
this
we
started from.
talking about. Well, yeah, that's true. But she was
No, no, no.
talking
I
about
know.
when she was getting her Netflix special and they wasn't willing to pay her, and she talked about what they were paying some of these
Right.
other
But
comics that didn't
but
have her experience and resume. And
but that
people were saying,
happened.
yeah, but you are haven't done nothing in a long time and you don't deserve that money.
Correct. But that happened after the Precious incident and after she said she was blackballed by Tyler Perry, by Oprah, and by
But that was
whatever
all
name.
one incident.
No,
Because
I
once
know, but
this
but the Netflix special, to me, those two things go hand in hand. Because if you're gonna say that she did not have the cachet to get the same pay as, what was that lady's name? Amy something? Amy,
Amy
whatever her
Schumer.
name, Amy Schumer, right?
Hmm.
So the reason is because you had not done anything of value lately. Okay, but then
Hmm.
she would say, I have not done anything of value lately because I was blackballed.
Hmm.
So you can't, those, to me, those arguments kind of go hand in hand. What I would say is this. I would say that we do owe her an apology because what she said was absolutely correct. But I will say that most people will probably say they disagree with how she went about it.
Hmm.
They
They always
disagree
say
with
that.
how she went about it.
Anytime
I
black women say anything and you want to disagree with it, you're gonna talk about how she said it and not what she
not
said. We know
well,
that.
not
That's just the
it's not
script.
Taji. It's not well, she I think there's a way that you don't have to burn all your bridges and still get your point across. But at the same time, I understand why she did it that way because she felt like she was there was more, man, like after I went back to it, there was a lot more that happened with it. Like Oprah had her brother that I guess SA'd her on
Hmm.
Oprah's show. And
Mm.
I'm like, if I confide in you that I was um, compromised. And I'm just using this verbiage because we on YouTube. So I'm not trying to like use different verbiage to whatever. If I confide in you that I was SA'd and then you
Hmm.
have the person that did it to me on your show,
Mm.
that's like you doing some weird stuff. And I don't think one day we gonna have to have a conversation about Oprah.
Oh
We're gonna have to
yeah.
have we're gonna have to have a conversation about Oprah because this is not the first or last time she's done it. She did the same thing to Michael Jackson, where she befriended the family and then she turned around and did that documentary that was nasty, and then
Hmm.
she never came out and she never apologized for it. And she did similar things to Monique. So I think the venom that Monique had, some of it was warranted. And I think at the time we only saw it in real time and didn't know the context of it.
Hmm. Sharonda says she thinks she's funnier than what she is, and in that is where many disagreed. She mixed Precious in with comedy, and those are two different categories.
Mm,
I mean, I feel like Precious was her big break as far as being taken serious as an actress.
hmm.
And again, that steam just fell off because she did get blackballed for not promoting the movie, which I guess is a known thing to do for free. I wouldn't want to do nothing for free, but
And that's the other part of it is we always talk about culture and context, and we have to keep that in. We have to also keep that in mind as well. Is that when you buck against the system, there is going to be a consequence to it. I
when
mean,
now that I'm listening to Fantasia and Taraji talk about it, like Fantasia said, y'all look at us and y'all think we have all this money and all this going on, and we don't because they not really getting paid like that. So for
hmm.
them to have to go out here, you got to think you got to pay for stylists,
Hmm.
hairstylists,
Hmm.
airfare for your people to come, lodging
Hmm.
for your people, your team to come, and all of that. That's coming out of your own pocket, and they didn't even get paid for Precious,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
actual movie, not
Hmm.
the just the promotion part. They didn't even get paid for the movie.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
So
That
you know what I
that you
mean?
have to.
It's
We have to have a discussion about the culture of Hollywood and creators because look, across the board, what is the common gripe amongst creators?
not being
We
paid,
don't get compensated for the work that we
or
do
people expecting you to do stuff for free. Promote
for
this for
free.
free, and I'll give it
Yeah,
to you, but you promoting it for free. No, I need coin. I need
yeah.
money.
Well,
Okay.
and that is why the actors went on strike. That is the
Yep.
exact reason why the actors went on strike. So if we rallied around the actors because we know that they're not getting paid, like Taj, I didn't know she was getting paid that much, that she wasn't getting paid that much. See, but then on the same flip side of the coin, the first person that I heard that gave her a real paycheck was Tyler Perry.
Yep. Same thing for a lot of black actors. And that's why I don't know why everybody kept bringing Tyler Perry's name up in the conversation negatively. But a lot of black actors and actresses, he's the only one that will pay them their
Right,
actual worth.
right,
That way
right.
they have, because once somebody pays you that, then you could come to the table and ask for that again. You have
Yes.
more, more leg to stand on to say, this is what I just got paid for this movie. This is how that's why it didn't make no sense to me when people were saying I'm a boycott Color Purple because they not paying the actors right. If the movie don't do good, they're what how they gonna go to the next into the next meeting and say this is what I want to get paid, but the last movie I was in, I got paid less and it didn't do good. So it don't make no sense to not support the movie to me
Yeah,
personally.
and that's
In
what, and
support
that's what,
that's not supporting them.
and that's what Will just said, and I think that's a great comment. I agree with it. That we want black actors to make more money. We need to fill the seats. Until we get more people in the seats, we can't command more money for our roles.
Even when we do though,
Well,
and
you
that's
know
what they
what?
said.
I agree with that, but at the same time, it's similar, and I'm telling you, it seems like it's across the board. Same thing with sports, same thing with actors, same thing with creators. Is if the culture of it is, I will pay you this, but I don't know what number in X amount of money. I don't know how the money works, right? Because that was the same thing with the record labels, right? Record labels, early 90s, 2000s, it was the same exact argument was I'm selling a $10.99 or CD that's 10.99 or whatever it was, 13.99, 14.99. I'm getting 2 cents on every sale. Where is the rest of the $10.50 going?
Mm-hmm.
And unless you know the business of what it is, then you're not going to be able to talk about, and we're not going to be able to demand better stipulations and better pay for these actors or for these creators. But at the same time, the same thing we always talk about. The only time you're going to be able to make a change is if you hit them in the pockets. So you have to go on strike, or us as consumers, we have to go on strike. Now, are we going to do that? More than likely not, just because it's not affecting us. That's why the actors had to go on strike, which I commend them for going on strike because that wasn't easy. And I got friends in LA that they do acting jobs, and they were saying that it was hurting. And there was actually a couple big actors that were saying they were living paycheck to paycheck. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, that if this does not get resolved quickly, that they're going to have to take out loans and the whole nine. But just as creators, for one, we have to organize better, and for two, we have to demand better, because if there was no artist, there is no product. And like for like artists, you know what I'm saying? Somebody put some up for artists, there are platforms other than YouTube, other than Google, other than Apple, other than where you can go direct to consumer. So we got to be just a little bit more creative with how we get there. Obviously, with movies and films, it's a little bit different. Um,
Absolutely. If
but
I'm in a movie and somebody getting paid 10 million and you acting like you can't give me 500,000, you playing in my face. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm,
I don't feel like it's about, oh, we don't support it or this or that. That ain't true. That ain't true because Medea Boo was terrible, but it
mhm,
sold out, did millions. Like our
mhm.
movies do numbers. I don't feel like it's a, oh well, it's because black people don't support. That's a myth that black people don't support each other. It
Do
really
you
is at this point.
do you think that Monique was labeled the angry black woman so she would shut up and so people wouldn't believe her?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are, I would be disingenuous to say that you are not perceived differently when you are fat and you are black. Let's just be all the way real. It's just facts.
Mm.
Nobody wants to talk about it. They always want to say it's something else, but if you ain't been fat and black, you can't talk about it.
I
What?
ain't got no
Somebody gotta
comment
say
on that.
it? That's
I
the
ain't got no
elephant in the
comment.
room. Let's just talk about it.
I ain't got no comment on it.
If you look a certain way, you're gonna be received differently.
I can't remember back that. All I remember is I think the context mattered, and I think now going back, giving some
It
more
do.
of the context. I think the context was more important than what was being said. But unfortunately, You have to when you are fighting. See, and this is the thing. When you're fighting for equal treatment, you do
Mm-hmm.
have to be a little bit more strategic with, and again, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying how you say it, but you need to be more strategic because people are going to take what you say and they're going to paint the narrative for you. And I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the message gets lost with in how much venom is on the end of it, right? And but again, I think she was warranted for the kind
But
of venom
you
that.
got to think about it too. Like she was coming for people that are so called beloved. And one thing
Cool.
about it is when you say things about other black people, it's always people always want to jump to, oh, you're trying to tear, black people down and this and that or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you are wronged by somebody black, that's just, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. You
I
know what I
understand,
mean? But
but I think when I say her approach was wrong, going on stage and tearing down somebody's character, that
oh
wasn't the
yeah.
right way to go about it. Going on there and insinuating that somebody is gay or insinuating that
Mhm.
somebody is getting, all the behind the private scene. Outing
Mhm.
somebody's private business is not the way about you going to go getting fair, equal pay.
Basically what we just said about Cat Williams.
Exactly the same thing. The same thing. You can't be
He
outing
might be telling the
you
truth, but you
you can't
know,
be outing people's personal business and then also then saying I want people to be on my back and think I want fair pay because companies do see that. And I'm not saying that should have a determination factor on your equal pay, but in the reality of it, it does.
but I
It does
think
when
with her, I feel like it was one of those things of people already didn't like Monique. Like there's a lot of reasons to not like Monique. Like there's a lot of different incidents, so I
right,
get it. But at the end of the day, she was telling the truth. Whether people like it or not, she was telling the truth.
right. And we talked about that before on the show before because I've had to learn that. I just because I tell the truth, it has to the truth has to come in a certain way. Because if it
Mm-hmm.
comes across with some venom or some bite to it, then
Mm-hmm.
are you trying to hurt somebody or are you really wanting to get the truth out? And I think that's you kind of have to weigh out your options here. Do I really want change or am I just really upset and I want to hurt people the way that they hurt me? And I feel like in
Mm-hmm.
some of
Mm-hmm.
that, she wanted them to hurt as much as she hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
but
I'm with you.
well, and unfortunately, most recently, she's talking about outing them again. I don't know if you saw.
Mm-mm.
She said she gonna out everybody. And she said, "Oh, that's what she said." This is what I
Somebody
want you. This
said, somebody said, but I don't think Cat is trying to get Hollywood to embrace him as Monique was.
that's a
Do
good
you think
point.
that's true? Well, you
But
said that about him too.
I think Cat is way far at Hollywood ever embracing him.
Yeah, he too far gone. I don't
He's
see
too
him
far
being able
gone.
to go
But
back.
I do agree with that. Now, this is the question I want to ask you because she said that what she knows about Tyler Perry is way worse than Diddy.
I didn't see that. But
You want me to put?
I don't
I
put
can't pull it
nothing
up.
past any celebrity. That's one thing I'll tell you. Like people like, you believe that? Probably. I don't know. I don't put
Do you
nothing past none of
believe? Do
them.
you do you believe it's true? Is the question.
Could be. I don't put nothing past nobody. I'm sorry. I
You
don't put
gonna
nothing
take
past
you gonna take
nobody.
you gonna take the safe route. That's fine.
I mean, there's nothing to say yes. Like, there's no evidence to say yes other
Oh, there's
than
been rumors.
rumors.
No, God, what show is that? The
I
Boondocks
know what you're
episode.
talking about. The
Mhm.
oh,
No,
well,
I'm
that
talking about the
light
Boon.
skinned actor that came out and everybody was saying that he was talking about Tyler and he
He was
lied.
talking about
No, said he
Tyler
wasn't. He
and
said
the
he wasn't.
Boondocks episode that Tyler Perry was so pissed off about it that he wanted them to remove it. You don't remember that? I remember that.
I don't
Who in the
remember
chat
that.
remember that? Somebody else remember that.
Somebody said I saw Christian Key's interview vague but very telling. I don't know. He liked the tweet that said he wasn't talking about Tyler Perry, so I don't know. He
Mm.
might be trying to not burn no bridges by liking that tweet, but I don't know.
Well, it was weird because he said it's somebody really big and most of y'all already know who it is. I don't
Mhm.
know who else he was talking about, but yeah, most people was tying Tyler Perry to. to
Well, because he's been in
push
so many of his
so many of his
movies
movies. Yeah.
and his
Hmm.
plays. Like he's been with
Hmm.
Tyler Perry since the beginning. But
And
I
to
don't know.
me, and trust me, I am not victim blaming or none of that. I am all for people speaking their truth and making that stuff be known. But it is very damaging to allow people to play the guessing game.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you are going to come out with that information, and if you are going to have this moment of truth, all the way. Don't just
Stand on
stop.
business. Stand on business.
Because now people are like, well, is it Tyler? Is it this? Is it him? Is it it? And he just sitting back like, oh, well, some of you guys already know who it is. Like,
Stirring
don't
the
do
pot,
that.
but you ain't really cooking. I don't be liking that. I feel you on that. If you gonna stir the pot, stir it all the way.
Stir it all the way. I need all the flavor and all the seasoning.
I need that good roux. What you doing?
Over there making gumbo, you ain't putting all the ingredients in. We need
Come
all the
on now.
ingredients in there, man.
I need
Over
the
there,
the
over there,
holy trinity, all that.
leaving us with a cliffhanger.
Hmm.
Talking about to be continued.
Somebody said, "Say names or shut up." For real, on everything. That's really how I feel. Let us know. We want to know. We
But
want to know
at the
everything.
same time, I commend the courage to be able to come out and speak it. But again, to me, you're just causing a lot of damage. Causing a lot
Hmm.
of damage because we may be accusing people that are completely innocent.
Taisha said, "I thought Keys was talking about the black man billionaire that paid off the tuitions, Robert Smith."
Mm, I didn't hear that
Interesting.
one.
I ain't hear that one. New
See, that's what I'm
T.
saying. See, look. So what are we doing right now? We're playing the guessing game.
Right now, it's people that it might not even be name getting, in some
Hmm.
mess that might not even really be in it because you don't want to
That
tell the whole truth and nothing but the
could
truth.
have easily been cleared up. Easily been cleared.
Mhm.
All you had to say was who. But at the same time, but I saw a lot of the backlash. Like, what's that dude's name? Bobby Lights, or maybe
Mhm.
not dude. I don't know. I don't want to misgender nobody. Um, as soon as he came out, he's like, oh, he clout chasing and this and this and that
Mhm.
and this and this and that. And I'm just like,
They always say
that's
that.
why people don't come out and say nothing. So, but
Yep.
all right,
All right, next topic. We got to talk about it. Simone Biles and Simone Biles' husband.
oh, here we go.
I really don't know his name. Do you know his name?
Let me look
I'm
it
not
up.
even trying to be funny.
I just know him as Simone's husband.
Okay. All right. So we in agreement with that. We don't really know his name. I should have Googled it. But Simone and her husband was on a podcast and basically he talked about how they met.
Jonathan Owens.
There we go. Jonathan Owens. He was on Pivot and he talked
And
about
he
how
is
they
the
met.
prize. He is the prize.
Don't
Okay,
start
we
that.
are the
Don't start
prize.
Don't start that. But basically, he talked about how they met. He didn't know who she was. They met on a dating app. She matched with him. She drove 45 miles to see him. He is the prize. And the internet went crazy, as they should. Because unless you living under a rock, how you don't know who Simone Biles is? That's the first question. Do you believe him when he said that he didn't know who she was?
He was capping. He was for sure capping. Ain't no way that man didn't know who she was. And I
Mine
think he
too.
said he followed her. I think he said he followed her on social media, and he was like, "Man, she got a whole bunch of followers. Who is she?" Like, bro, at that point, come on now. I know she had to have some type of gymnastic picture somewhere on the grid, like some reel,
He lying.
something. Come on, bro.
And
I
they
don't
pulled
believe
up
that.
old tweets of him live
Saying
tweeting
that
the
saying that he
2012.
was watching gymnastics. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you know who Gabby Douglas is, but you don't know who Simone Biles is. Like you have
Come
a
on,
tweet
bro.
saying you know who Gabby Douglas is. Ain't no way you know who Gabby Douglas is, and you don't know who Simone Biles is.
He was
Don't
capping.
play in our
I'm
face like
sorry.
that.
He was capping for sure.
Very much capping. But she came out supporting him, saying she supports her husband or whatever. And she was on, I don't know if that was a podcast, but it was with Kevin Hart and somebody else. And basically what she was saying was that um going into their marriage, they agreed to not argue over or debate who is the better athlete. And to
Hmm.
me, as we all know, there's no debate on who the better athlete is.
No, heck no, ain't no debate. Come on,
But
bro.
a lot of people are saying that Simone Biles and a lot of women like her, high earning women, have to shrink themselves when it comes to marriage and relationships. If they are high earning or if they are the breadwinner, because I'm pretty sure her net worth is bigger than his. Do you think that's true?
Um, well, let's for one, let's put some respect on old boy's name. So I just want to make sure I'm looking at this correctly.
Here we
Um,
go.
no, I just want to
Somebody
make
said
sure.
somebody
No,
said
no,
he's
no, no,
only
no.
had 2 sacks in 5 years. So
No,
that's
no, no.
all I need to know.
I just wanted to make sure that because I know he does play football, but he did go undrafted. I just want to make sure because he may have been
Undrafted.
high draft pick. So I don't want to.
Undrafted.
Do women? Okay, so do women?
Do
Question was, do
high
women of high caliber or high earning do they have to shrink
earning women,
themselves?
do they have to shrink themselves for marriage and relationships? Oops, somebody said she dated down. You know what? And I
uh,
think this is what I will say. The difference between men and women in this dynamic, like we women, we've been in the dynamic where a man might make more money or whatever. Women have been in that
here we
dynamic
go.
for decades, and I
Here
don't
we
feel
go.
like these type of arguments happen. Like,
Okay, so why is it a problem? This is where I'm coming from. Why is it a problem? Why is hypergamy natural and why is it accepted when women date up? But why is it out of the question, or why does it feel like it's wrong, or feel like she had to shrink herself when he does not make as much as she, or he's not as accomplished as she is?
just because, like, looking at his attitude towards who she is, didn't sit right in a lot of people's spirit. Him acting like he didn't know who she was kind of like makes it seem like you're trying to downplay her accomplishments and who she is, because let's not play, she's the
Wait,
GOAT.
well, hold
And
on. Let me push back
that's
on
what it
that.
was
Let me
giving.
let me
That's what
hold
it's
on.
giving. And then for
Hold
her to
on.
sit up there and be like, oh yeah, well, he is the girl.
Wait, but hold on. Let me push back on that because he has been nothing but supportive of her the whole entire relationship. Now, I think what he was explaining, which I believe it was Cap, but it is possible that he didn't know who she was. I think he was just saying that at the beginning that he could have possibly not known who she was. But from that point on, he has been nothing but supportive of her. He has not talked down on her. He's been bigging her up, social media, the whole nine. So I don't think he's trying to make her. It's not a Kiki Palmer situation. I have never seen him talk any ill will on her at all. And every time that she has had any kind of event that he could be to, because obviously he does play football, I've seen him there and I've seen him cheering for her.
He's
So
belittling and very envious of her. That's exactly what it was given. And I think one thing that I was trying to explain, and a lot of people don't understand, is you have to know the signs. And I think that's why women are making a big deal out of this, because a lot of people ignore things like this. And people be like, dang, how did you end up in an abusive relationship? Or how did you end up? Because it's the little things like this that you ignore. And be like, oh no, he's just, no. That kind of shit, you can't let that kind of shit fly. You really can't.
what if he didn't know who she was though?
It's not just that, though. Like his whole attitude, and I'm gonna let women know this. Any man that's walking around saying he the prize, run. I'm sorry.
Whoa, whoa,
Run, run, run.
hold on. Why can't men be the prize?
Cause you're not.
Why not?
Cause you're not. Well,
Why?
it depends on what you believe. By
She
biblical
she well
by biblical
she
standards, you're not the prize. Let's just be
ain't no
real.
script ain't no scripture talking about nobody ain't no prize scripture.
But you're not the prize.
Who said that?
It don't say who he who
Why? Okay,
finds
listen.
he who
Let me
finds a
let me ask you
husband
this.
finds a good thing. No, we the good thing. We the prize. You get
Why
favor from
cannot?
having us. We
Why
don't
can
get
you
favor
not
from having
value?
you.
Why can you not value each other?
It's not about value. You're
It
not the
is.
prize.
Do you value a prize?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So why can both people not be valued? That's all men is. That really
That's what you're trying to
at the
say.
crux. But hold
But
on,
it's
at the
no,
crux.
no, no, no.
Hold
I
on,
get what you're trying to say.
at the crux of
I
this
get what you're trying to
conversation.
say.
That's
I get
all
what
men are
you're
trying
trying
to
to
say is that we
say.
want to be valued. That's it.
But this is the thing. I understand what you're trying to say, but we have to realize that certain language is a red flag, and you probably gonna end up with a red pill nigga if they're saying things like that. I'm sorry. So yes, I get what some men are trying to say with that, but we have to be understand that these red pill niggas, certain phrases lets you know
Okay.
who's who, and that I'm a pride shit. That's usually them. Now y'all want
Okay.
to jump on the bandwagon and make it into a joke, and men are the prize and this and that. I get being valued,
We're not
but I'm gonna stand on that.
Wait, hold
I'm
on,
gonna
because
stand.
somebody's saying that your sound is messed up. I just want to make sure that we can hear you. Can y'all hear Steph in the chat?
Can y'all hear me?
Because I don't want y'all to mishear her. Okay, I'm not
Ooh,
getting the
somebody
yeah name.
somebody said preach, and somebody said your sound messed up. So what's up? Can y'all hear me or not? Yes,
Sharada said yeah. So we good. So we good.
but
But
yeah, that's what I
but I
mean.
get but I
You have
get
to run when you hear that
she sound
phrase,
muffled.
because you can't. I don't feel like you should chance it. I say run.
She said don't even chase it.
Don't chance it. I'm saying you do
Okay.
not want to end up with a red pill, nigga. So just run when you hear certain things. You just gotta charge to the game. Like, oh, you one of them,
Look,
because
there's
they
some
subscribe to a certain. Come on now. You know what I'm talking about. You can laugh if you want to.
listen, I agree with some of the things you're saying, but if a woman wants to be protected, if she wants to be covered, if she wants to be provided for, then a man can be a prize. Man can be a prize. That's all I'm saying. And for her, she loves that man.
Oh, absolutely. You got to think. She was very sheltered. She never went to, like, she's been in gymnastics her whole life. So a lot of people were saying, like, she is a prime, she could be a prime target to abuse. Let's just be real. She was abused. She was SA. You know what I'm saying? So for
Hmm.
somebody who is that sheltered, yeah, she loved that man,
Yeah,
baby Jarvis.
but I think the thing that I didn't like was there's nothing in their relationship that tells me or shows me that they're not happy. There's nothing that she has
Absolutely.
said. There's nothing that he has said. But it seemed like people were looking for something to be wrong. And the
I
and
think
just
that's true.
because just because he said that, they ran on it. And then she even said it. She's like, man, y'all want something to be bad. So like you want something to be wrong so bad. And it's like, I've seen nothing but smiles. I've seen nothing but support. I've seen nothing but reciprocal love for each other. Now,
Absolutely. You
and
what it looked like.
I want to ask people, did they listen to the entire interview, or did they only get that one sound clip and
He
then write their
a lot
think
of nice
pieces?
things. He said a lot of nice things. I ain't
So
gonna
that's what
say
I'm saying.
nothing.
So why are we focused on the fact that he said that he did not know who she was when they first met?
But
We're not saying, nobody said that he didn't know who she was after. Nobody said that she can't be this
oh,
great gymnast or whatever after the fact.
somebody said Cassie smiled for the cameras too. Absolutely. And I think women, unfortunately, she is him and her, they are becoming the catalyst for a bigger conversation.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe this does not apply to them, but it's a conversation that still needs to be had, and something that women still need to look out for.
Yeah, I would. I mean, we kind of touched on that conversation a long time ago. I would agree that you want a man that is not going to be jealous of your success. Absolutely. You want
Yeah.
somebody that's going to have your back, that's going to be there for you no matter what, and that is going to big you up, right? And is
Hmm.
not going to down you to make himself look better. So I can see how some women can find that a little bit of triggering, but I think it was just explaining his side of how they met. But after that, again, we have to do a better job of consuming the all of the content, or at least a majority of it. Because when you're listening to 10, 15-second clips, you can manipulate that however you want to. And for the people that want, let's be honest, when people see a happy couple, especially a happy
Hmm.
black couple, they are going to look for something to talk about. And with
Hmm.
them, and that's why a lot of them keep things private. And maybe this is a lesson for maybe other, whether it be famous black couples, whether it be non-famous black couples. Maybe sometimes you need to keep some of your business to yourself, because if you do not, then people are going to try to poke holes in your story or whatever it is that you have to say. So it's just crazy that they took that like, and to me, if that is the only negative thing that you can take from that interview, and if that is the only negative thing you can say about those two, that means that they're doing a really good job. So I want to applaud them for them holding each other down, for them being happy, for them being young, being successful, being black, and married because they're married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want
I
to. I
feel you
want to.
on
I want
that.
to.
But at the end of the day, you can't. It's the same thing happened. Y'all told us the same thing with Kiki. Y'all just don't want her to be happy. Y'all want her to be single so bad, and then the truth came out. So again, I see both sides.
Well, and
I
that's
see
what.
both
And,
sides of it. So
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
if there is questionable behavior, I feel like it's gonna be called out. Whether yes, you said all the other nice things during the interview. I feel like I said, I feel like that became a bigger conversation. Um, and they just happen to be at the butt of the bigger conversation. You know what I mean? But I think it is important to have those conversations because it's even women that have said, like, I did not know what I was dealing with or what I was going through wasn't normal until somebody else said it. So, those conversations do need to be had.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that. I
It's
can agree with that.
important. It's important because, like, women is just trying to put information out. Hey, you might want to look out for this. You might not want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not necessarily how
Yeah,
you would want.
but a lot of the conversation that I saw on the online wasn't taking that and making it a bigger conversation. A lot of the conversation that I heard was them attacking them specifically. Like,
Mm,
you know what I mean? And really attacking him specifically and being like, dang, like you trying to put her down and this and that. I thought you were, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, I think that's a good
no, because you
conversation
gotta
that I
think
think
about
it's
it
a
like
good,
when no, because when if the shoe was on the other foot, baby, it would be getting ran with. Let's just be all the way real. Like, if a woman
and
does anything that could even potentially embarrass a man, my God, look how Aisha Curry became enemy number one very quickly.
whoa, hold on, hold on.
When you
We
if you
not,
say anything that
no,
can
no, no,
embarrass
no,
your
no, no,
man or be
no, no, no,
perceived
no.
as embarrassing,
No, that's those are two totally different things. Okay, so if he would have said in his marriage he still seeks attention from other women,
oh,
do you
you
think
get
that
what I'm
that would have been?
saying.
I know, but
I
what I'm
said,
saying, but Aisha Curry is a total that like I get what you're saying, but those are apples or oranges. Because for her to say that she still wants attention from other men while she's married, that is embarrassing. I'm sorry. That's very embarrassing. This was just him saying when he first met her, he did not know who she was. That's it.
okay.
That's it. But I get it though. How could he not know who the most famous gymnast in the world is? I get it. I feel that. But I mean, we do have to say it is possible. I don't believe it is. I think he's capping, or he just was really focused on football in school and really did not watch gymnastics. I don't really
My
watch
thing is
gymnastics
like,
like
why
that.
point out the fact that she drove 45 minutes to see you? Like, that's what it's just like, for what? Like, she came to see me. Like, y'all can have it.
Well, look,
Y'all can have it.
men have egos,
Absolutely.
and I think men in this day and age, men do want reciprocation and men do want to feel like they are valued as much as they show women that they are valued. Now, do some men take advantage of that? Absolutely. Do some women take it way too far and they be the aggressors and they be the chasers and they be the one courting? Absolutely.
Mhm.
So I can see why this conversation is triggering, but the average man, the most men that I talk to that I see on the internet, they just want reciprocation. If they want to feel valued as much as they just want to feel valued. I mean, that again, that's what I see of it is, but I can see in some situations that it can be a situation where you can be taken advantage of. So I agree with what you're saying that it is something to look out for. It is something to pay attention to. But at the same time, I also see the other side of it is that, um, you know, that men do have something to that have something of value, right? And
They
especially
do,
in a day
but
and age, and especially in a day and age where there's been a narrative, and I'm not saying that women specifically have done this. Some women have done this, where there's been a narrative that it is driven home from the feminist movement that men are not needed and that men are useless. So that is where
they
some
can
remember.
be.
So that pendulum
They
that we're
can be
talking about,
soon. Some of
Well,
y'all is a
there
little useless. I ain't gonna lie, but
and
that's the case
and,
by
and,
case
and see,
basis.
but that's not a gender thing. That's a human thing. Because there's some women that are useless too.
That's why I say it's a case by case basis. But at the
Right,
end of the day,
but there hasn't been a constant narrative that women are useless. There has been a feminist movement narrative that men are useless and men are no good for nothing. And there is a whole woman empowerment thing. So again, that's why I was saying I'm all for women empowerment, but women empowerment does not mean that you have to degrade men along the way. So that's why when we talk about that pendulum, some of these men are saying they want to feel like they're valued because they've been told men ain't shit. I don't need no man. I'm independent. I don't need you to do nothing. Okay, if you've been hearing that constantly and constantly and constantly, then you do want to hear somebody say, I am the prize. You do get excited when somebody drives 45 minutes to come see you. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And it wasn't a downplay to her. That I think that's the bigger question is why did people take that comment as downplaying her?
because I feel like
Is she is she is she so accomplished that she can't drive 45 minutes to go see him?
no, it was the accumulation of the conversation. Like all that together, like I didn't know who she was. Like basically kind of like I wasn't really feeling her at first. Like that's what it was really giving. And it's been a conversation out
Hmm.
there that men they've always said in relationships that um the man has to like you more than you like him, or it ain't going like men don't
I've
necessarily like
I've
women that like them back, and they
I've
start
heard
acting
that
funny
before.
when women like them back. It's just weird behavior. Like
Right.
I don't know.
So but once again, it's kind of like the narrative on that. Why did people take it as that instead of saying it like what I took from it was he liked her for her and not because of her status.
That's what I.
That's what
That's
I
kind of.
took from it.
That's what I took from it at first too. But I mean, like I said, I could see both sides of the conversation.
Yeah, see, I think people got it, man. Stop projecting. Like I
And
didn't
I
get
think
that
too,
it
because
would.
they started kind of like getting on him, and I feel like he kind of let them bait him into being like, oh no, I didn't even know who she was. Like, you know what I mean? Like one of those things. Like I feel like he
Mhm.
kind of let them bait him into acting like, nah, I wasn't even really feeling her
See,
like
but I
that.
think I was
He
thinking
said because
that
he was saying like I didn't want to like her. Like he still wanted to like it was yeah. It just I was like, bro, you shouldn't have said that. Not about your wife. Not about your wife.
see, but even then, like I maybe as a man, I understood what he was saying. He was saying that he just started his football career.
Somebody
And
said, did she also propose?
see, there y'all go. I took it as he was starting his football career and he wasn't ready to settle down yet because obviously when you get into football, you know you have access to all these other women.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
took it as. That's what I'm saying. I looked at it in a different light. But again, when you are looking for something wrong, you will find it.
Mm-hmm.
You will find something negative to say about somebody if you want to. So, I mean, it is what
That's
it
why
is.
you will not see me with no relationship podcast. I've already said it because you already keep saying you and D-Lo. No, I don't need them kind of problems. I really don't.
Come
Like,
on, it's that we need the Walkers podcast, man.
because he talked too much. No.
They gonna clip all y'all clips up. They about to make y'all seem like that
Man.
y'all just the most. That's what I'm saying. But you can take any long form content and you can clip it up to make it seem like it's the worst thing ever.
He said people say they want an honest man, then this is what happens when they honest. Yeah, I'm cool.
Hey, let's put that on the screen. There you go, D-Lo.
I'm good. I don't need everybody in my business. I don't need them dragging us because you embarrass me. So why get married for clout? He lit up when he found out how many followers she had. Ah, he didn't want
Look,
to like her. He didn't want to like her. He wanted to just be out here for the streets. And
he just made it to the NFL.
yeah, barely. Barely, but somehow he's supposed to be the better athlete. Okay.
Look, he made it.
You barely made it.
He for
Two
sure ain't the
sacks in
better.
5 years, bruh. And she got
He for
all
he
kind of
for
shit
sure.
named after her.
Yeah,
Please.
he's not the better athlete. That's for sure. I think that's no debate. We don't need to debate that. But
Bless they heart.
He made it to the NFL, man. Come on now.
You know
That's not
what?
an
And
easy thing.
nobody had anything bad to say about that man until he got on that podcast and let them bait him into that
That's
conversation.
because that's the miserable women on there trying because they want misery loves company. That's what the quote said.
You think so?
They happy. They happily married and they wanted them to be miserable.
He is safety? Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw a
Yeah,
tweet that said he only got 2 sacks.
he is safety. Yeah, he's a safety. Undrafted.
Yeah.
He typically plays special teams and all that. So, but yeah. Anyway, um, all right. I think we bodied that topic.
You
What's the
want to get
next
into
one?
that relationship advice?
Relationship advice. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to relationship
Man,
advice, and then we can
y'all,
let y'all.
if y'all are in the Reverb Nation, you already kind of know we already kind of had this topic in the Reverb Nation. If you're not in the
Wait,
Reverb
hold
Nation,
on. How's
y'all
he
need to join.
miserable? That man is smiling from ear to ear. Y'all tripping, man.
Well, I feel like there's already a stigma with men when they are not the breadwinner that they
That
are.
man don't care.
You don't think he don't care?
He don't care.
He let his
And
ego get
he
the best of him, so it don't seem like he don't care.
not with the money. It don't seem like it's with the money.
Mm. But anyways, relationship advice. If y'all in the Reverb Nation, y'all know what's up. If you're not, make sure that y'all join our group. It goes down in there.
Mhm.
But recently I posted a video from TikTok and it was a woman and she was upset because her daughter's stepmom, which technically is not the stepmom, it's just the baby daddy's girlfriend, took her daughter to get a dress for graduation. So she gets to the graduation and the girl has on a dress she ain't never seen. And I guess the night before, the stepmom went and took her to get the dress and she felt away and felt like the stepmom was overstepping her boundaries by taking that moment away from her and not including her in going to get the dress. My question was, why didn't she already have a dress? Somebody said in the comments that she had got a dress, but the daughter forgot the dress and didn't pack it with her when she went to the dad's house. And so they had to go buy another dress because the daughter is not allowed to contact the mother while she is at the father's house.
I'm totally lost. I'm so lost. So okay, daughter was goes to prom.
No,
What,
sixth grade
what
graduation.
sixth grade graduation? I'm sorry. So okay, start over again. You just lost me. I'm sorry.
It was the daughter's sixth grade graduation. She goes to
Okay.
the dad's house. She forgets the dress that the mom bought her.
Okay.
Stepmom takes her to get another dress for the graduation and does not
Okay.
include the birth mother.
Got it. Okay.
And she is mad because she feels like that moment was taken from her. But the reason why they went and got another dress is because the daughter is not allowed to contact the mom while she's at dad's house. So
Hmm.
my question was the stepmom out of pocket?
The daughter is not allowed to contact her mother while she's at her father's house, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no context to why.
No context to why. But it gives,
Hmm.
to me, it gives parallel parenting, which sometimes is necessary. But I personally feel like even in cases of parallel parenting, that the child should still have contact with each parent, no matter
What
whose
is
house they
what
at.
is parallel parenting means what?
Basically, it's the opposite of co-parenting. You do what happens at your house is what happens at
I
your
got you.
house, and what happens at your house is what happens at yours. Sometimes that is necessary. If you're parenting with a narcissist, you're not going to be able to co-parent. So it's going to have to be two separate things going on. That's
I
just
don't
what it is.
understand. I don't understand why somebody couldn't just ask the mom to drop the dress off.
That's what I said. Like
I'm not
that to
understand.
me that didn't make no sense. But I don't know how she would
Or
act.
go, or if you don't want her to know where you live, go pick up the dress. I'm not under. Maybe I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding. I don't understand why. Okay. So, but the question is was the stepmom out of pocket? Is that what the question
Mhm.
is?
Yeah, did she overstep?
Yeah, she did.
Damn.
She did. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest there. She did.
Someone said
Somebody.
stepmom is not wrong based on what mom said. She would have liked to go pick the dress so she didn't have a dress. I don't know. That's what I was saying. Like somebody said that she said that basically like there was already a dress, but she forgot the dress. But if you wanted to go with
Oh,
her to
oh,
pick the dress, that mean to me that would mean she didn't have one already, or maybe she didn't have a new one. Maybe she
okay.
sent her
So
with, you know what I mean?
see, now this is getting a little convoluted. Did she buy the dress and forget it, or did she forget to buy the dress?
No, she from what people were saying, she bought the dress and the girl forgot it. But to me, it's giving she probably sent her with something she already had and they took her to buy a new dress. That's what I would do. Like if you send my daughter over here, it's her sixth grade graduation, and you send her with something she already got, I'm gonna go get something new.
See, but then that undermines the whole question of it. I thought the reason why the mom was mad was because that moment was taken away from her. So what
Yeah, that's what
moment are
she
we? So what
the
moment are
moment
we talking about?
of picking a dress for your daughter's graduation, this and this and that. And to me, I
Right.
went on her page. You know me. I went on her page, and every other video that she had about it was basically saying like, um, if you were gonna get her a dress, the dad should. She literally was just mad because the stepmom was the one who took her.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
So then let me change my answer because what I was thinking that you were saying was the mom bought her a dress, but she forgot the dress, and then the stepmom bought her another dress. What you're saying is you think that the mom gave her a dress she already had, and then when she got over there, that then the stepmom bought her a new dress.
That would make more sense to me.
Okay, if that's what happened, then the mom is wrong. The mom is wrong.
I feel like the mom is wrong either way.
I don't think the mom is wrong on the other end because somebody, okay, everybody's an adult. And if the daughter communicated and said, my mom already bought me a dress, and especially if the daughter liked the dress, hey, she forgot her dress. Can I come by and pick it up? End of story. Now, if her mom did not buy her a dress, and if her mom sent her over something that was old, and if she did not want to wear it, 12-year old people,
Mm-hmm.
they're intelligent enough and they're aware enough to be able to tell you what they like and what they don't like, especially for their graduation. If she did not like the dress that was given to her and she wanted a different dress and the stepmom stepped up and did that, you can't be mad at that. It just
I
depends on the
I feel like you
scenario.
can't be mad either way. For me, I feel like this is the problem with parallel parenting, with that whole no communication between the parents, because you end up in these situations where there's too much room for miscommunication, number one. And number two, it could have been a situation where maybe the mom did buy the dress. Maybe she didn't like that dress and left it on purpose because she
That's what
knew
I'm
when she
saying.
got to her dad's house, she could get
Right.
something else. That
That's what I'm
happens
saying.
with parents. People don't understand. Like these kids, when you put them in these situations of parallel parenting, they know how they could be able to get over.
They know how to manipulate.
So let's just
Yep,
be, they will manipulate a situation
for sure.
very quickly.
For
Like
sure.
don't put it past them on that. But again, the parents put them in a position to be able to do that.
To be able to do that. Absolutely.
That's how I look at it.
That's why if you are co-parenting and especially if there's stepmoms, stepdads, bonus moms, bonus dads, whatever it is you want to say that it is, they need to have conversation and be on the same page. Doesn't mean you got to be best friends, doesn't mean you got to be buddy buddy. It just means that we are both all committed to doing what is in the best interest of this child. And we are going to have open lines of communication so that way the child does not manipulate one side or the other. Because even in the same
Mm-hmm.
household, kids will play
Mm-hmm.
mom versus dad and dad versus mom. So
Mm-hmm.
now you are in two totally different separate households. So, what do you think a child is going to do in that situation? Especially when there's a bonus parent. They're going to, oh, well, I forgot my dress. And in reality, just like you said, she could have purposely left it because she didn't want to wear it. And instead of just saying,
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I don't want to wear it because she didn't want to hurt her feelings, now you are putting, she put them in a vicarious situation. But that's why you just sit in there and call, hey, did she leave her dress? Yeah, hey, I'm going to swing by and pick it up because I know you probably want her to wear it for graduation. End of story.
She mad the stepmom went and got the dress without anyone else. She has a problem with feeling like she's being replaced. She should have done it herself
Mhm.
if that's what she wants. It's the truth. Like I
That's the
went
truth.
to
Yeah,
her page and I looked at other videos, and her biggest thing was if she wouldn't have been mad if the dad would have took her and they shared the moment, but basically like his girlfriend ain't been around long enough, or it's just a girlfriend, or this and that, and she's sharing these moments with my daughter, like they trying to replace her. And I'm like, you got to get over that. I really do feel like you got to get over that of your child being around somebody else. It's going to happen if y'all not
hmm
together. Let's just be
hmm
real. Like it's gonna
hmm
happen. You got to get
right.
over it.
But I do also understand the feeling of being replaced. But again, as a mature woman, you gonna have to put your big girl panties on. As soon
Mm-hmm.
as y'all broke up, and as soon as y'all decided not to be together, that was going to be a possibility. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
about being replaced. You need to be looking at that other person as an addition. And I think that's where maturity comes in. This is not replacing you. This is an
Mm-hmm.
addition. And if y'all had a better relationship, and maybe if you made things more cordial, and if you made things more comfortable, maybe y'all could have had a conversation that night and said, "Hey, I'm planning on getting her a new dress because she forgot her dress. You know, are you cool with this, or do you want her to wear the dress that you got her?" Because I think that there does need to be a proper respect for all parents involved. And I think that's
I
just,
agree with
again,
that.
I think it's just a phone call or it's just a text. Like that's all this could have been. But you have ill feelings, and then now you're gonna make. See, the thing I don't like about this is that now you're gonna make graduation you super uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you're making it uncomfortable on the child because now the
Because you
child is
making it
walking down.
you making it about you. It ain't
Yeah,
about you.
it's
It's your
about
child's
her
graduation.
and about how she wants to look and what she wants to wear on her graduation. And that should be what everybody should be committed to. And it shouldn't matter who it comes from.
It shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not. I feel like I understand parallel parenting because I know people that are in that situation, and
hmm
that's just what it got to be. But it's an unfortunate situation for all parties involved, to be honest, because it makes parenting hard and it makes being the child in the middle hard
For sure.
as well.
It puts a lot of pressure on the child, for sure. Because they're playing the middle. They're playing the middle. And that, to me, that's not fair.
And
Especially on like
sometimes
a
they play
12-year-old.
the middle to they advantage too.
Sometimes they do.
They play the middle to their
See,
advantage.
and I think what people don't realize what you're really doing when you do that is you're teaching your child how to manipulate
Hmm.
and how to be sneaky and how to be the deceptive. So to me, transparency, open honesty and transparency, that eliminates all of that. There shouldn't be no gray area when it comes to that. But you have to be mature to be able to do that. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of, I ain't gonna say there's not a lot of, there are some immature parents out there. I'll say that. There's
Man.
immature parents
And
out there.
everybody, I feel
So
like a lot of times everybody always says it's the woman, but I feel like it could be either side.
it could be the man too. Oh,
It
for
could
sure.
be either side with that. It's some bitter baby mamas out there, and it's also
hmm
some bitter baby daddies out there. Let's just be real.
hmm hmm
All the way real. It's unfortunate. It's very
It is.
unfortunate.
It is. But keep the children. Keep the children. Children should be the priority. Children
Absolutely.
should be the priority for sure.
Parents need to be a united front at all times.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that comment.
At all times.
Totally agree with that comment. We're gonna go ahead and start that comment. I don't know if I didn't know I could start comments, but now I know.
Whether you in the same household or not in the same household, you got to be a united front.
hmm
I feel
hmm
like even in situations like if you grounded at your dad house, you still grounded over here too. If you grounded for 2 weeks and then they come into my week, you still ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
hmm
feel like it got to be across the
hmm
board on everything.
hmm Yep, I would agree.
Child suffers when parents won't communicate properly. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Even when it seems like
Absolutely.
it's working out in their favor and they getting what they want, it's still, they still suffering in the long run.
hmm Yep. Totally agree. Could not agree with that more. We're gonna start that comment too. Hold on. Can I? No, I can't. Dang it. Okay. All right. Well, I think that was the last on the docket, right?
That's the last on the docket.
I think this went pretty well.
If y'all like the live episodes, let us know. We definitely want to start doing more lives, having more open conversations, especially around topics that seem to go up in the Reverb Nation. We're going to start having more lives so everybody can chime in. You want to hop on a live, let us know. People be saying they want to, they don't be want to get on camera. But if you just want to be in the comments, that's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll keep on playing with this.
Thank you for pulling up, Sharonda.
Always,
We
always,
appreciate
always
you.
a big
I'll be
contributor
keeping
to
it.
the nation. So we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you very, very much. And we appreciate everybody that has um chimed in, commented, contributed to the conversation. And we're gonna find a way to open it up where other people can hop on.
Mm-hmm.
If you behave. If you don't, you about to get kicked out.
Don't come on here acting like Katt Williams.
I'll be Jazzy Jeff up in here, man. I will kick you out with the quickness. Don't play with me. All right, man. Hey, y'all have a happy new year. I hope y'all safe. I hope y'all are starting out with some goals and y'all stay consistent with y'all goals. And do not let anybody tell y'all, oh, 2024, y'all always making these resolutions. You know what? Any opportunity that brings you hope to change and to do better, I'm all for it. If it's a new year that brings
Mhm.
it, then it's a new year that brings it. I don't think we should be mad at that. Like we should be encouraging people to want to be the best versions of themselves. So
Absolutely.
treat people the way that you want to be treated. Golden rule going to 2024. This is my mama year. This is my mama
Okay.
year. I did two plus two equals two plus two plus four is eight. I'm like, this is my mama year. So I've been in the gym. I've been in the gym every day.
That's the,
Every day.
they had that meme talking about, oh, y'all finna it's finna be the first, y'all finna be in the gym and then people wait. Don't hate.
No, look, I
Don't
started
hate. At
after
least we up
Christmas.
in there.
I started after Christmas, and guess what? Even if
Even
I've
if
been
you
in,
didn't.
even if you didn't, who cares?
Come on.
I've been in every day at 5 a.m. consistent.
See? Don't
You know
let
what
the
I'm
haters
saying?
stop you.
So the next time y'all see me on live, man, shoulders gonna be busting out of this jacket and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear my crown because I am the prize.
Okay. All right, red pill. we we running away from that red pill rhetoric. Let me
Nah,
find
ain't no
out.
red pill. Ain't no red pill. You just,
Let me find out.
look, we kings. We kings. Kings are the
Oh
prize. Are
Lord.
kings not the prize? Kings are the prize. Oh, hey, we got to talk about that Dr. Umar interview too. We won't do it today.
Absolutely.
We
We ain't
won't
gonna
do
do
it
it
today.
today, but we gonna have to
We won't
talk
do it
about that
today.
for sure.
That man is the funniest man
Are you a
alive. I
bunny hopper?
swear.
Ain't no
Oh my
Dr.
God.
You know what? I will say this about Dr. Umar. I don't agree with everything that he believes, but one thing I respect about him is he is very consistent. He is very, very consistent in his beliefs. He been saying the same thing for years now. So he is very consistent. And I appreciate it. And he gonna keep it real. You think Katt Williams kept it real. Didn't bruh get up and walk off his own podcast? He was ready to cry. Dr.
Well,
Umar
cause
ate his ass up.
Doc, because he don't be letting you talk. That's one of the reasons.
He ate his ass up thoroughly. And it'd be so funny because a lot of men kind of like agree with a lot of stuff he's saying, but he will quickly say, I don't fuck with you either. You one of
Yeah.
them. Like I respect it.
Well,
I
you
ain't mad
saw,
at him.
but you saw the comments. There was anytime that you bring up race, interracial relationships, bunny hopping, being pro-black, people be in their feelings. Ooh,
Very
people be in their
highly.
feelings.
We had the conversation of if you could be pro-black and date outside your race, and you saw how that went. We ain't
I
gonna
don't
talk about it.
understand. I don't understand why that's such an emotionally charged conversation. But I like, is me saying that I love black women, does that make me racist? Does that is me saying I only want to date, procreate, and marry a black woman? Does that make me racist?
I don't think so.
So what? I don't understand. So what? So what's the conversation?
It's not the conversation is the people who don't necessarily prioritize that feel away.
Okay. So then check this, and I'm about to bear this whole conversation. Oh boy, that married the bachelorette, that black bachelorette, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're about to get a divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants spousal support, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he gonna? Where is that money going to go?
To his community. I mean, he ain't about to go spend it at black businesses.
So when people say, "Oh, I can," because this is a conversation, they'll say, "I can be pro-black and date outside because I'm promoting and I am committed to the black community." Fine, but your spouse may not be.
The
You have
consensus to
split.
the question, Sharonda, was um it was kind of split. I want to say people saying that you can be pro
No,
black
no, it
and date
wasn't. No,
outside your
no,
race.
no, it wasn't.
It
No, it
wasn't
wasn't split. No, it wasn't
okay.
split.
Never mind. I
Mm-mm.
lied.
No, 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 no,
It was
no,
people
no, no.
saying that you can.
Majority of them were saying that you can, and the majority of them wasn't even black. Was in the conversation, trying to have a conversation because they must have black spouses or black partners. So I mean, it is
Well,
what it
there
is.
was people in my a lot of people they were scared to talk on the actual live, but they was in my inbox. Um, but it was people who is dating outside their race and they didn't want the smoke in the live, but they came to the
Look,
inbox to argue their piece.
you cannot be pro-black and dead outside your race. Period. I'm sorry. Here's what it is. You can argue with me all you
Oh,
want.
oh, pin that. Somebody said the home is the first black business.
Oh, there you go.
Well, damn.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wow.
We can end on that. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Because it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
I
It's true. And that's not to say that you can't still be for your people.
oh yeah.
I think people think pro-black. I think when people say you're not pro-black, they think that we're saying you're not black. It's not what I'm
Yeah, like
saying.
we're taking your black card away. Like, no, you
No, no,
still
no, no.
black.
And I think I've said this before. I don't even consider myself pro-black because my
Me
faith,
neither.
I put my faith above my skin color. But I'm still about my people, very much so.
I put my
But
womanhood
my
before
but my
it. I'm
faith,
gonna be
but my
real.
faith is higher than that. So in my conscience, I cannot say that I am pro-black because to me, being pro-black would mean that you would put your ethnicity or your skin color even above
Mm-hmm.
your faith, your politics, all of that. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I think it is. So, but that's neither here or there. That's a totally another conversation for a totally different day.
I feel
And
like pro black does not leave room for intersectionality. And as
no,
a black woman, I'm sorry, I can't go with that. But it's definitely a high priority for me.
I think you
It don't
can
leave a
be.
lot of room for it.
Not a
I
lot of
don't.
room, but I think you can be. I think it can be. And again, that's another
I
conversation
feel like it
for
can be, but it doesn't because anytime any conversations come up about women's issues or shit
oh, I,
like
I
that,
get you
all of a
saying.
sudden it's
Yeah, yeah.
always like, no, we'll deal with it. It always got to go on the back burner. It's like,
See, but I
mm,
would think, but I would think if somebody is truly pro-black, if there's a black woman's issue, that would be an issue. It
but
wouldn't
you got to
be
think there's as black people, we're not a monolith. So I'm black, but I'm also a woman. You could be black, but you could also be disabled. You could be black, and you see what I'm
correct.
saying. But those
No, I
type of
understand what you're
issues,
saying.
y'all don't want to take on those type of issues. You only want to. Honestly, it really caters mostly to black cishet men. Let's just be
Right,
real.
and that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you are truly pro-black, and if there's an issue that is affecting black women, I would think because of your stance that you would align yourself and have issue with that same issue. But again,
And you
I think
should.
that's a very nuanced. I think that's a very nuanced conversation because I have heard what you're saying. Where why are you worried about women's rights? You need to be worried about black people's rights and trying to
Mm-hmm,
like bury it. So yeah, yeah.
mm-hmm.
But that
Like
that's a yeah, that's a very nuanced conversation that right now it's 9 o'clock and I am not do not have the brain cells to have that conversation
right.
right now.
Okay.
Plus, I'm hungry. I've been chomping on my food in between. I'm trying to get my
All right,
calories up.
y'all. I appreciate y'all. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll try to do this again soon. New episode, like actual full episode, coming soon because I'm about to go on
We'll see.
vacation
We'll
next week.
see.
So
We'll see. Well, you on vacation, and then my little man, he got a couple of procedures coming up. So we'll
yeah.
see. But the
Okay,
bottom
but
line
hey, we're
is
gonna be on live.
we're not going nowhere. There will be episodes. 2024 will be lit. There will be more guests. There will be bigger, better show. Okay. Thank y'all for supporting, and please, in the spirit of Dr. Umar, donate. Donate. Okay. Because we need some money to keep this thing going. All right. All right, y'all.
All
Y'all
right,
have a good night. Happy 2024. We love all the love and we appreciate all the support.
we out.